Say no to wilted flowers and say yes to longer stem lengths and flowers that last. When it comes to harvesting blooms, it's important to minimize shock during the harvesting process. Reduce the respiration of your blooms, meaning let's keep our blooms hydrated and also maintain the ability of the flowers to drink water. I'm Charmaine Turbow. I'm going to show you good practices and consistent harvesting practices that will help you have better performing blooms and better results. Our number one rule is always harvest early in the morning when temperatures are cool while your blooms are still asleep, and hence reducing shock. Rule number two, sanitation is key. Always use clean buckets and a clean pair of sharp snips and fresh water. We use hot soap and water to clean our buckets. Some will even use a drop of bleach. Bacteria is not your friend when it comes to flower harvest. Residual bacteria in stems can grow and create blockages and hence inhibiting uptake of water by your flowers. This is why proper sanitation from the start is so important. Rule number three, place your blooms into what I call hose or outdoor faucet temperature. The temperature of the water that leaves an outdoor spigot is going to be similar to outdoor temperatures, especially in the morning. Again, we want to reduce shock. Think about it this way. Your average body temperature is about 96.4 Fahrenheit. What would feel better, a cozy warm shower or a polar bear plunge? Oh, and don't forget that hoses can heat up, even with the morning sun. So be sure to flush the hose if it is exposed to sun. So fresh cut flowers want to stay as well hydrated as you do. Farm secret, shh. When it comes to stems and drinking water, we like to add a product to our water called Flora Life Express Clear 200. This product is designed to keep stems open after harvest, feed a slow drip of nutrition, and also help keep the water clean. What this means is that after we have let our blooms rest, there is no longer the need to retrim our stems before, say, using it in designing a centerpiece. This product has been an absolute game changer for us and our customers, as we can maintain exceptional stem length and save time without having to retrim. Rule number four, be sure to rest your blooms in a dark and cool spot for at least 2 to 3 hours before handling them or using them for design. Yes, there is some mad science behind this too. Did you know that flowers rested at 35 Fahrenheit use 1/10 of the amount of sugars and energy versus temperatures averaging at 70 degrees Fahrenheit? Now just keep in mind that spring blooms will tolerate colder resting temperatures versus summer blooms, and we can talk about this in a later episode. As a general rule, don't forget to keep your blooms stored away from ripening fruits and vegetables, as most will produce ethylene. Ethylene will also ripen your flowers, so keep them away from bananas or apples. Now, if you followed the above methods, one other factor to consider is at what stage of the flower you're harvesting. For cut flower growers, cutting at the optimal stage is important. As a general rule, harvest your cut flower blooms when they are in a loose bud stage. It allows for more predictability in how blooms will perform. For example, if you harvest, say, a peony in a very tight bud stage, you can be sure that it will take days to open, and sometimes it may not even open. So swishing in warm water or steaming it will help you, versus harvesting when the bud is at what we call a marshmallow stage is going to be just perfect. With this said, it's important to know each type of flower you're growing and when the best time is to harvest. If you harvest at the optimal stage, most flowers will open at a steady, predictable rate. One last important point. The refrigerator is your friend, but can also be your enemy. You should know the temperature in which to store your blooms and do not ever over-refrigerate. Flowers stored at incorrect temperatures or that have been held in refrigeration too long will often blow out really quick and not last. As a rule of thumb here at our farm, we don't hold blooms for more than 3 days so that flowers maintain their performance. It actually gives us a little wiggle room for some blooms to catch up with others before they go out to customers. Here's one last quick tip from the farm. As you can see here, we have a regular fridge that was designed for restaurant use. Commercial flower fridges are actually designed to maintain a certain amount of humidity for the blooms. So our workaround, we tent some of our blooms with a vented plastic bag to help maintain humidity. So to wrap things up, it's very important to create consistent harvesting techniques. This will result in blooms that will perform with predictability and have excellent vase life. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Charmaine Turbow, head farmette here at Turbow Farms in Los Altos, California. If you've enjoyed this segment or found this video helpful, please give me a like. It really helps small channels like mine grow. Stay tuned for more tips on how to better microflower farm from our farm to you. And as we say at the farm, flowers or